Hello and welcome to WebCrony Online YouTube channel. In today's lesson, you will learn two new ways of using the anchor tag or link element in HTML. You will also learn how to create a button without using the input element, and we will finalize this lesson by creating a table in HTML. If you are joining us for the very first time, you are highly welcome. Kindly click on the subscribe button to subscribe to the channel now. I have the link to my WhatsApp group where I share resources and also offer personalized assistance to people who are subscribed to my channel in the description. So go check it out and join this platform. Make sure you like this video if you enjoy it, and with that being said, let's begin. Okay guys, so I already have my Visual Studio Code opened, so I'll move my cursor to this icon, click to open the Explorer and select index.html. I'll go ahead and collapse this side menu and then go live so that we can see what we did in our previous lessons. Okay guys, so this is what we did in our previous lessons. I'll go ahead and restore down the editor so that I can show both the editor and the browser at the same time. In the previous lesson, we learned that the anchor tag or the link element in HTML can be used to link different web pages and can also be used to download files on a website. In today's lesson, we will take a look at two new use cases of this incredible element in HTML. So I'll go ahead and create a new anchor tag by typing A and hitting enter. I'll give a link text that says email us. And as the text implies, we want users to be able to send us an email when they click on this. And to make sure that this functionality works just fine, we have to supply an email address users can send their email to. Okay, so we provide an email by beginning with the mail to keyword followed by a column and then the email address we want users to send their message to. So I'll say webcrony@gmail.com like this. So when I scroll down to this place, now the anchor tag or the link tag has been created, and as you can see, it says mail to webcrony@gmail.com. The moment I click on this link, my mail desktop app will be opened. And if I choose this account, for instance, it will pre-populate the address that was supplied as a value for the href attribute in the HTML code. Alright, I can go ahead and compose my message and then it will be sent to the email that has been pre-populated into the two. Is that okay? So that is one use of the anchor tag. Now the second use is that we can use the anchor tag to create a link that when users click, they can put a call through. So I'll go ahead and create an anchor tag and I'll give a text that says call us. Okay, and the href value will be tell followed by a column and then the number we wish users to call us through. So I'll say 0544006865 like this. So now the link has been created right here. When I click it, it will ask me to pick an app that can make a call. If I open this link or web page on a mobile device, the number 0544006865 will be pre-populated into the dialer so that the user can go ahead and call us. Is that okay? Alright, so that will be all for the anchor tag. Coming up is creating a button without using the input element. Okay guys, so in one of our previous lessons we learned that we can use the input element to create a button, but today we are going to create a new button without using the input element. But before we go on, let's take this opportunity to revise creating a button using the input element. To create a button using the input element, you just type the keyword input and hit enter. Now you change the type from text to button like this, and every button should have a value or a text that will display. Okay, so in this case we will set the value to call me like this. And when I scroll to the bottom, the call me button has been created. At this moment, we are going to create a button without using the input element. And to create a button without using the input element is to use the button tag. So I'll go ahead and type the button like this and hit enter. And the text that I wish to display in this button is written between the opening tag and the closing tag. So I will say call us like this, and the button has been created. Now, whether you use the input element to create a button or the button tag to create a button doesn't have any advantage over the other. They pretty much do the same thing. As a matter of fact, it is the style that determines how they will appear, and the scripting language that will determine the kind of action they perform once they are clicked. Okay. The button element in HTML can have attributes, okay, and as you already know, if you want to find out all the attributes available for a particular element, you just hit Control space and all of them will show. All right. Okay, so coming up is creating a table in HTML. Don't go away. Okay guys, so now let's move on to HTML table. An HTML table consists of table cells inside columns and rows. To have a table element in HTML, we should wrap everything in a table container. To create a table container in HTML, it's just a matter of typing table and hitting enter. And now the table container has been created. Now every table should have rows and columns. And when we talk about the row, we are talking about the horizontal cells, and then the column, we are talking about the vertical cells. To create a table row, we type tr and then hit enter. And anything we type inside the tr tag will form the row of the table. Inside the table row, we should have what we call table cells. In HTML, we can have two types of cells. We can have the table header and the table data. To create a table header in HTML, we just type th like this and hit enter. And anything we write inside a table header will form the header of this particular table we want to create. So let's say I have a table header that says person 1. Okay, I can go ahead and create some more. So I'll create another table header. So th and then say person 2. Let me create one more table header, hit enter, and then say person 3. So what this means is that this table has 3 columns. All right, great. To create some more cells in an HTML table which will form the table data, you come out of the current table row, then you create another table row, you hit enter, and inside this table row we can go ahead and create our cells, which will be the table data. Because I have 3 table headers, each table row should have 3 cells. Okay, so I'll go ahead and create the first table data, and I'll set it to Jon Snow. I'll create another one which is another table data like this, and I'll say Sansa Stark, and I'll create another one which is for Tyrion Lannister like this. So now let's preview our code and see what we have here. So as you can see, we have a header person 1, person 2, and then person 3. And person 1 is Jon Snow, person 2 is Sansa Stark, and then person 3 is Tyrion Lannister. If you want to create some more table rows, you have to walk out of the current table row and then create another table row like this. You hit enter, then you go ahead and create table data. I will say Lord Commander. Then I'll create another table data like this. I will say Queen in the North, and then I'll create another one which says hand of the king like this. And as you can see, a new column has been added. I can go ahead and create some more. So let me create another one. Let's say another TR, which is table row, by the way. I'll hit enter. I'll create a table data and I'll say Winterfell. Then maybe I'll create another one, TD, which will also have Winterfell. And I'll create a last one, TD, and I'll set it to Casterly Rock. I hope I got the spellings right before the Game of Thrones fans come to press on my neck. Okay, that's just by the way. Okay, now don't forget that a table can contain other elements in HTML. So we can have an image in a table. Okay, so for instance, when I come here and create a new table row, I can have an image in it. So I'll create an image element. I'll walk out of the current folder, move on to the files folder and select the first image, and it will be displayed. Alright, so as you can see, the image has been displayed here. Though we have written it at the bottom, by default the browser shows it as the first thing in the table. Okay, but that's just fine. We can also have an H1 in a table, so I can say H1 and I say table in HTML like this, and it will display just fine. Okay, so we can have any other element in a table. All right, cool. At the moment, the appearance doesn't matter because we can use CSS to position it anyhow we want, or to style it so that it can look anyhow we want. Okay guys, so this will be the end of today's lesson and also our journey in HTML. As and when there is the need for us to introduce new elements, we will do so while we practice our knowledge in HTML and CSS. In the coming lesson, we will be considering CSS. We will take a look at how to style our web element and create a nice user interface. So if you are not subscribed to my channel, kindly click on the subscribe button to do so now. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed this lesson, and with that being said, I'll see you in the next lesson. Peace out.